What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Monday Mayhem. The mayhem continues. I got a new mic, y'all. I don't think it necessarily sounds like a lot better, but the power to it sounds dope, like in comparison, like the volumes of it all. Like my other mic is turned way up and it sounds less than this one, whereas this is turned way down and it's still, more loud than my other mic. So there's that. And there's also like I can back further away and it sounds about the same as if I'm right up on it, which is a cool factor. So I'm going to take that as a W, spending this much money on this mic and also getting some help from my mom and, my stepdad as they bought a portion of it with my Christmas gift. Because I was like, they're like, what do you want for Christmas? And I finally had the bright idea, like, I do a podcast, so y'all can definitely help me out with this. We do not have Josh with us, but he will be on Wednesday and Friday's episode. Wednesday will be news as scheduled. Friday will be where we break into our, MCU extravaganza. The first 4 movies we will break down. And if you're noticing, we're not all in the same room for the first time because COVID has struck our little group and we're trying to do our part and not spreading the coronavirus.
So
yeah. Rodney's jerking off. No, he's doing something out of his arm. Sucks. Yeah. So you and Rodney, Tyler and Rodney have COVID.
Yeah, I found out Tuesday.
How is that going?
The last weekend sucked ass. I felt terrible. And then I was like, might as well get a COVID shot, or not a shot, a test. And
I was like, you got vaccinated.
I've already
like,
got
shit, I got it.
I think because I feel fine. My throat's just a little itchy, but nothing like Rodney. Rodney, his symptoms came on today or yesterday.
Well, last night they hit the first time, but I didn't think nothing of it because it was so minor. But then this morning, it was bad. It was real bad. I had to leave work and everything to go get a test, and voila, positive.
I got to take my mom tomorrow to get a test at the same spot. Hopefully they have rapid ones. And I took a test today and should find out tomorrow if I'm still positive.
Waiting on results.
Yeah.
Nice. So, Rodney, you're saying that you're not feeling like I'm so sick, but you have like dizziness and have intense headaches like the last time you had COVID.
Yeah, it's like this morning, my equilibrium was all the way off. It was bad. Every time I turned my head too fast or, with me lifting metal at, work and everything, I'd lift the metal, would seem like fine, but as soon as I put it down, it's like I felt like all the blood in my body rushed to my head, and it was starting to feel way too familiar with the last COVID experience. So I went and got tested and came up positive, and it's just really I took a Tylenol though. The headaches are gone. I don't have headaches right now, but the lightheadedness and dizziness is kind of in and out, not so often.
Shortness of breath at all?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that contributed to the dizziness, or maybe you haven't noticed shortness of breath because you smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, that's probably
he's always short of breath.
He's like, I'm always short of breath, but this shortness of breath is causing dizziness because I can't breathe. That type of thing. No, you seem like you're holding up pretty good. Like it doesn't, I can't speak on it. I'm not you, but you're not like in some crazy state. Like you were saying, it kind of feels like last time. So,
well, before I took that Tylenol, dude, I was debating on whether I was going to even be able to Zoom this because all I wanted to do was sleep. My head was pounding. It was so bad. And then I took that Tylenol and it took the headache away. And I'm awake. I feel like, I can talk and shit, which is necessary for a podcast.
I think so. Yeah, we're waiting on Rodney. It looks like he's about to fall asleep, but now he's literally like laying into a pillow with a cover on, so he might pass out mid-pod. We were going to do what we did last week, where now I've opened the option of where we can have the whole core four, or at least some of us, on a top 5 Thursday. We were going to do that originally, but I don't think we're going to do that now because Monday Mayhem was, even though it comes first, it's the last thing we recorded. So this will probably be a wrap. That's why Josh isn't here. He got tired. So he's not here. And now we're not going to do that for those reasons. We don't want to extend it too much other than our actual episodes that are definite needs. And then also me and Rodney were going to do the Tragedy of Macbeth together. So I guess maybe I'll just do a solo vid on that, unless you'd rather do the solo vid on that. That's kind of up to you. But that's if I know for sure you're going to do it. If not, then I'll go ahead and give my take on the Tragedy of Macbeth, which of course is the Coen brother movie, or which Joel Coen did this one.
Yeah.
Joel
first
Coen.
time doing it by himself.
Yeah. And then you got Frances McDormand and of course Denzel. We got to talk about it. It's been out a little bit, but it just now came a few days ago to Apple TV because we did not get to catch it in the theater. And we'll touch on that because it's not like hugely popular despite the actors. It's not like your Marvel movies that we're discussing on Friday. So I'll toss that one
polar
out.
Opposite.
Yeah, I'll toss that one out there. I would give my brief thoughts for you guys, but that's probably about to be like my whole review. It probably won't be a long one because it's pretty cut and dry how I feel about it.
We could just throw that little review in here and just say Monday Mayhem with Tragedy of Macbeth review.
You want to do that?
I won't have that much to say about it. I'll just give my general thoughts on it.
Fuck it, because we don't really have anything planned. But then again, we never do for Monday Mayhem. But also, everybody like has COVID and they're kind of drained, so we can make this like a one-time exclusive thing. And I don't expect Tyler to watch the movie in general, so not really his forte, his will forte, if you will. So, Rodney, fuck it, let's do it. What do you think about that Purple Pirate?
Amazing.
Okay.
Love it.
On to lesser news. What did you think of the Tragedy of Macbeth?
I loved it. I did. I really loved it.
I saw this coming.
I'm a sucker. Well, for one, it's A24.
I lied. Tyler's like, I don't want to hear this. I'm leaving.
I'm a sucker for A24, but I'm also like really into the whole idea of making a Broadway or a stage play, turning it into a movie. And the fact that Joel Coen, what he did with this, with two, some would claim the greatest actors of all time, you got Joel Coen writing Shakespearean, and it's 100% Shakespearean. Like this movie's not for, I love you too. You too. What? That's good. Hell yeah.
Great facts. That's kids.
Love you. But yeah, so it's not for everybody. Obviously, like there's going to be a lot of people that 5 minutes into the movie they're going to shut it off.
Like Tyler.
I could see Tyler doing that.
No doubt about it. First line of dialogue. What the fuck is this?
A lot of it is pretty difficult to understand. I want to give it a couple more rewatches because I got the gist of what was going on. Like I knew the story, but the thing is, the way they talk is so old school.
Oh my God, yes.
Very hard to like kind of keep up with what's going on in the movie, but still, I thought the cinematography,
beautiful.
It was awesome. Yeah, and of course, Frances McDormand, Denzel Washington both killed it. They amazing. So, what about you?
I gotta say, it was a pile of shit. No, let me start by saying this movie is fucking amazing. It is amazing. Do I like it though? This is such a fucking well-made movie. But before going into spoilers, because we'll do that, because fuck it, right? We always will at the very end if it warrants it, and I kind of think it does here, even though it's kind of already been revealed, and this, probably if you keep up with this, but a lot of people don't keep up with Shakespeare and shit like that, and I think they kind of did their own thing with it too, to some degree. this movie is definitely a know who you are movie. Like, as I was watching this, I was like, this is definitely me and Rodney territory of the group. Definitely Rodney territory. Me, hit or miss, maybe. And Tyler and Josh would check out immediately. That's immediately what I thought. Like, that was my first thought. I was like, Tyler and Josh would not fuck with this at all. This is a movie that, again, expertly well done. So fucking good. But it is also very much in the vein of what Rodney's talking about. It's very like, they're like, thy how don't do thou. Like, that's how they're talking. Henceforth, whenceforth, you've seen this, thou shalt thy blood. And it's to the point where it's like almost distracting. Like, it's hard to follow. Like, I know what they're saying, but because it's not just like some lines like Game of Thrones, like the whole thing is so on point in that regard, it almost hurts it for me, because it's like, by the time I process what they're saying on this one line, I've missed the next 5 lines. And because then I'm moving on to the second line in order, now I've missed 5 more lines. Now I'm like 10 lines behind. So it gets to a point where you're like, I can't keep doing that. I got to kind of skim ahead and make sure I'm caught up. But I also didn't necessarily process what came before it so well. So that was very distracting and weird for me. And I'm not going to say I'm a genius, but like, I'm a pretty smart guy overall. So I'm even sitting there like, damn it. Like, I feel like I'm not grasping this fully. And that started to irk me, but it wasn't a fault of the film. It was more of a me thing for sure. I'm a dumbass, so that did not help. And then as it was going along too, I'll tell you this much, I couldn't help but notice the cinematography was utterly brilliant. I love the choice to make it black and white. I even love the choice of them doing a recent film that was also black and white. There's A24, the Lighthouse, the way they shrunk the screen inward, where other people are like, y'all are just getting too artsy. I thought it fit with the film. I felt like it actually did raise the vibes, and the vibes were there, and the vibes were good. I'll say the action. Now, there isn't great action in this movie, but there might be a bit more than you expect with a movie that goes this direction. Like, it's not just complete dialogue, but make no mistake, it is fucking dialogue heavy as fuck. But there's enough there to where there's the more action scenes than maybe you expect. You're like, oh, damn, okay, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing this, they're doing that. That kind of keeps you involved. And then there's also the element of they do go flat out stage play with it, man. Like, you feel like you're not even watching a movie. You're watching, like, you're in the front row of a theater play. And it's like, it's poetry. And there's moments where they're even rhyming. They throw that. It's not the whole movie they rhyme, but you're like, okay, they're clearly rhyming on purpose here to give it that Shakespearean vibe too, and the play vibe. And overall, I wanted to love it. I wanted to even like it. But I found myself just like, I couldn't really fully digest it. And I couldn't fully get into it because there is something to that whole vibe of just like, wow, man, like, I get what we're going for. It fits with Shakespeare. The talking fits with the source material. But at the same time, though, does a stage play fit within a movie? And I always struggle with that when I see movies like this. Like, more often than not, I want to love it, but that doesn't work for me. And as I was watching this movie, I felt me seeing like a movie that isn't a masterpiece, but it's a masterclass film. And I wanted to love it more than I did, but I can't not be real with myself. Like, I feel like in the end, I definitely grasped everything they were going for. There's stuff I undoubtedly missed and didn't process exactly how I needed to process because of how they're conveying it. But I did get the full effect, I think, for the most part. And I enjoyed it to some degree, but overall I'm just like, this just isn't my fucking cup of tea, man. It just isn't what I like. And whereas objectively I was like, this is like a fucking 9 out of 10 movie here. I was looking at it and I was like, I think I might dislike this more than like it. Like, I gave it like a 4.8 out of 10. But the more I sat on it, I have moved to a 6.2 out of 10 because I can't get it out of my head. It is visually beautiful. It is such a great movie that it's hard to deny. It's one of those.
Flawless acting. That's what acting is.
And I'll say this much. I think McDormand stole the show. I think she was the best in the movie.
She was amazing.
It was great.
I did like Denzel. But I will say this about Denzel though too. I think there was a few times that like he wasn't very like it's already hard to understand what's going on due to like how they're speaking and like the older times type of shit. But there also is an element of like it felt like he was kind of mumbly at times. I'm like, it's already hard to understand, Denzel. Like, say these words clearly. Fuck. Like I'm barely hanging on here as is. That I thought was a little off to me. And I was like, is this a creative decision? Because if it is, this is not a good choice. Or is Denzel just like, bruh, like, I don't know if I can even say these lines because it's just like, who is ready to say these kind of lines? Because who talks like this anymore? So there was that element of it too. But again, the shots, the cinematography, I really liked the specific scene that involved like basically like a cornfield where a dude was it was like stalks of some kind. I don't know if it's a cornfield where there's a guy seeking somebody out. But I mean, if you want to jump into spoiler territory, it's a good spot to do it. I don't know if you have spoilers for the film. If you don't know Macbeth, I mean, here you
honestly, it's as much I love this movie and I want to watch it a couple more times because like you, I missed what I feel like is a lot.
Dude.
But there was so much there to love though. At the same, it's like my first viewing was like visual. And then like my second viewing would be more of like really sitting down and trying to understand. Because I know it's going to take more than just 2 viewings to really grasp everything. But yeah, I mean, Denzel's watching his character Macbeth was like kind of schizo almost, like when he was going to slay the king. Like
and McDormand had his back every step.
Dude, 100%. When she did that faint when she passed out, dude, I was like,
did you actually pause to listen to him? Because you know what he's doing.
Yeah, but
it's the comic relief in the moment.
I was like,
you have to actually entertain.
So.
Yeah, that was great. But there was creative choices. Obviously, if you don't know the story of Macbeth, like he's over here killing the king to become the new ruler. And I really did like that scene, him going up there to kill the king. And I really did enjoy the music effect. They had like this pounding sound as like his blood, the king's blood was dripping down. That really engrossed me in the film. I like the shots there, the way they executed that. Very fucking solid shit. And then also, like, I'm not extremely familiar with the story of Macbeth. I know I've heard it at least once before, but like when he started taking out the other people that are upstairs, he was just fucking killing them. Like that was like, oh shit, wasn't ready for this. Into that. And then him like coming down the steps, like explaining everything. That was good. Mixing everybody up. I'll say, what the fuck? I had another spoiler point that I'm blanking on right now. I'll say it was really cool seeing Sean Patrick Thomas in this movie. I don't know if you know who that is. He's the guy from Save the Last Dance, the black guy from that with Julia Stiles. He was in a bunch of like early 2000s movies, Halloween Resurrection for one, which a lot of people don't like, but like I highly enjoy and loved when I was a kid. And he just was really blowing up around that time, and he's kind of fell off. He's had like 5 movies in the last 12 years. And one of them's like, he was in Barbershop. He returned for like the latest Barbershop. It was one of his 5 movies in the last 12 years. To see him pop up in a movie of this caliber, and he has a smaller role. It's not huge. He's one of the people like riding the horses at the end. He was really fucking good, like in his short moment. And he was like, I mean, not like, oh my God, he's murdering this, but it's like, damn, he fits right in. And to see somebody who I really liked as a child, who I don't see in many movies, I'm sitting there to the point I'm like, is that fucking Sean Patrick? Hell yeah, he's in this fucking movie. Like I was into that. It was cool to see him cast in a movie of this caliber. I really, really enjoyed that.
Same with that Harry Potter character. What was his name? Neville or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Neville,
Yeah. Huh?
Neville Longbottom.
Yeah. He's in this, and he killed it. He did
Yeah.
really good.
Tyler's like, I got something. What's up, guys? Yeah, great there. Oh my god, there was one fucking spoiler that I left somewhere along the way. I was hoping I'd go to that and make my way back. But I mean, other than that, basically like the ending was very cool. How they went there to raid and fucking that little sword fight wasn't long, but it was intense. Like they were fucking they weren't
It
just
was
going
what
like,
it needed to be.
and it wasn't even like choreography necessarily, but it also wasn't boring. It was like them just fucking going full on, which you can imagine at that time because people aren't technical fighters at that time. You wouldn't expect. They're just full on like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. So like them like just clashing swords of fucking all their might. Like I was into that shit. And I was like, oh my God, this is going down, this is going down. And then when he fucking the final kind of thing, like him getting his crown knocked off, such like a beautiful moment to me. Him going, you know, for him, like it just painted everything perfectly at the end that just like the power of greed. Like he didn't give a fuck in the moment, like he could get killed. He straight up was like, I need to pick my crown up because that's who I am and that's what I care about most. And that's what got him fucking off. I love the message of that. And him getting just chopped across the throat is what it looked like to me. But then maybe they sawed his head off the rest of the way, or maybe it did cut clean off. And I didn't see it right. But it looked like he just slit his throat from picking up his crown and the guy coming up like, oh shit. And then bringing back his head was just like, oh damn, okay, I dig this. That whole thing, yeah, that was great ending to me. I thought that was very well done and very cool.
Yeah, it's definitely takes turns that you don't expect through and through this movie. But like we've been saying though, you got to make it through the whole movie to get to like, you know, for those who love the action, like you said, that last fight scene, as much as it isn't the choreographed like John Wick shit that you see, it's still, you know, it's more realistic, grounded than what you would normally see. So
makes complete sense.
Yeah.
And what I was talking about is when that one dude is trying to find that kid. When he kills the one, he offs the one guy, and the kid, he's like, run, and he's like laying down it's intense. You're like, wonder if he's gonna find him, and the kid's just laying down looking up, and it shows his point of view, and the guy's just standing over him like, gotcha, bitch. Doesn't show him do anything, but that scene is like, oh shit, like, you're caught, motherfucker. That scene was pretty nice to me. I like that a lot, the way that was filmed. And another shot I loved was the three witches sitting on top of those beams at the top.
Oh yeah.
Denzel had the crown on. It was like, I think it was one of the first times you saw him fully with the crown, like full on focusing on him. And he's just like looking up at the three witches, listening to him, whether, you know, it's disguised as like a dream or whatever's going on. But like, and he like wakes up.
Witches are creepy as fuck.
Yeah, very cool.
That's too.
Yeah, there was some really great moments in this that, like, I mean, I think I've explained, like, you can see like the passion I have for certain moments. I really enjoyed, but like the stage play style and the fucking talking, like it took me out of the movie to some degree here. As good as it was and as well made as it was, and as much as like I did get jolts from some scenes where I'm like, damn, this is like A24 that I love. Like they're doing this the right way. They're doing this some great justice, and they did. It was a very, very great movie, but the overall arc and consensus, I will tell you, as I kind of talked about before, if you don't mind spoilers and all that shit, or you know the story of Macbeth, whatever the fuck it is, you need to know who you are and know if you're ready to watch basically a stage play out on screen, and you need to know like you're not going to catch everything. And if you're a genius, maybe you will, but it's gonna be like you thought you understood. Like, no, I've watched Game of Thrones. They say that type of shit. Like, no, dude. Like, it's like, holy shit. I didn't even know they could take it to this type of level with the thys, thous, and winces and shit. Like, every single sentence is like, I gotta decode this. Holy fuck. The writing, as much as that is like fuck, that's kind of like a nay for me. It's also such a fucking huge yay because that is some of the best, like, damn, like if I've ever felt like I was in older times, it is in this moment because they
Yeah.
nailed it with every single fucking sentence.
He took his time, Joel did, with this script. Like
I wonder why Ethan wasn't on board.
I think this is a passion project for Joel.
I could see it.
I think that's what it was.
And I get it, man. This is one I need to watch again, and maybe with further context and maybe me embracing the more stage style more, like I can enjoy it more because there's little sprinkles involved around it that I did absolutely love. So I got to recommend it, even if I bumped it up to like just a low 6, like definitely recommend it. What was your score on this? Say it. I don't think you did.
I'm sitting at about an 8-9.
Quality, because I think it's a 9 out of 10 movie, objectively for sure. 9 plus.
I think, like I said, if I think those 2 other viewings or however many, like I think after watching it again, knowing what I'm watching this time, like visually, then I can just not worry about the visuals and just worry about straight up dialogue and story. So yeah, but 8-9 for me as of right now. Might change, might go higher, might go lower.
Oh, yeah, I think we did it justice on the review. I hope so. Run it back, it's like, God, it's the worst review me and Rodney have ever done. Fuck. Yeah, Tyler, you want to chime in on some dick talk?
Would y'all rather die in a plane crash or a cruise?
Where's the plane crashing?
Land.
It has to, because then you're in the same boat just about.
Yeah.
That fucks me up because I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to crash. I'm definitely choosing boat. But then my worst fear is sharks. So I'm like, am I dying? This is horrible.
I feel like a plane crash, it happened a lot faster too, because a boat, you're like, well, 3 hours until we're underwater. I'm talking about like,
is it guaranteed because this could change? Like it's a guaranteed death. I think almost a better way to rephrase this would be maybe, would you rather go down in a boat or go down in a plane crash? Because you could survive both. I think that makes it even more interesting. Like you might die in a plane crash, but you also might live. But you could go down in a boat, but you also might be floating out there for God knows how long in like freezing cold temperatures. And we could add the element of like you're like in Titanic type water. Does that change y'all's opinion at all? If it's becomes that, like there's a chance you could live, but you might die later on, like with the boat scenario and freezing cold waters and sharks and shit?
Yeah, I feel like plane, I'd rather have that happen because like Tyler said, it'd be quicker. I feel like, yeah.
I think
fuck that.
That's on paper, but like if you know there's the option of maybe living, does that change anything?
In both scenarios?
Yeah. But it depends where you land in a plane too. Like if you land in Antarctica, fuck that. Or if you land on the desert.
I'm thinking like normal terrain, because we're gonna play this like normal terrain for plane, but also the boat situation, you're stranded at sea. Does that change anything with the option of possible life?
I do not.
I feel like
crash.
I feel like you have to go plane because you're gonna land. If you live, you're gonna land on land, and you have a better direction of which way to go instead of the water. You can be out in the middle of the Pacific, and you're just like, which way's the closest?
But here's the curveball with that though, is like plane. There's a great chance you die. Boat, you're just jumping off the motherfucker and floating. It's less definitive. You're basically the plane. The plane, you are more likely to die, but where you're at is better, whereas boat, you're way less likely to die, but your situation's way worse. Assuming, and we're going to go ahead and say you are crashing on land.
Plane.
Yeah, probably plane.
I'm going to go plane too. I can't deal with the ocean. I'm too terrified.
Another thing I thought of, like, let me see.
Also, I just watched Yellow Jackets, you know, and y'all still haven't because y'all suck and y'all don't know what you're missing. But unless Rodney picked it up on Showtime finally, I mean, you need to do that.
You still got to watch Dexter.
I haven't watched Dexter, Yellow Jackets, fucking. I'm so behind, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Shut up. What are you saying, Tyler?
Could you imagine, like, being a lawyer and trying to defend someone, and they're like a child rapist, and you get your job is to defend them and prove they're innocent?
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, he raped 8 kids, but he's innocent. Like, how could you, like, you
keep talking? I gotta piss.
You would look like a complete dumbass trying to, like, prove their innocence. That's just as bad. You know what I mean? Like, he's actually a good person. He didn't mean to rape them kids.
Yeah, there's no way I could do that.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, lawyers for, like, mass murderers. Like, yeah, but was it him? Prove it. Like, no. It's gonna be such a shitty. You want me to sing you a lullaby?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Yeah.
You want to come over?
No.
You want to hang out?
The COVID bros.
Yeah.
Give somebody COVID if they've already got it.
I didn't give it to you.
Y'all both have COVID.
I don't know how you got it.
Okay.
I think it was just in the air.
Enjoy my see-through shirt.
I remember that shirt.
Said I have big nipples.
Wasn't that at the apartment?
Yeah, because we were doing like our
liar
acting bracket, and I said Shia LaBeouf, and Brandon goes, "Who's buff?" And I said, "You're looking kind of buff in that see-through shirt."
I remember that. Yes. And he said I had big nipples, which we just proved was a lie because it is see-through.
Yeah, they're super tiny.
No, now I got tiny nipples. Yeah, no, they definitely are. They're fucking hard as shit. I see why you came inside now, Rodney. I've went out there in this fucking see-through shirt, just freezing. It's like I have the tiniest piece of cloth on ever, and I'm taking a piss off my deck. Like, and I can hear you on there, like, want to come over?
It's 18 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So.
And Rodney's like, I got COVID, as if y'all both don't.
Well, I got tested. Hopefully, I'm negative now.
Prayers up, dog. I said that jokingly, but seriously, like, yeah, prayers up to you guys.
Hopefully, I'll find out
COVID,
tomorrow.
More often than not, let's be honest, is nothing, but it can be something. It's not some hoax.
I think my mom has it too, so we gotta find that out tomorrow.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Yeah. My dad has like the flu. I think he tested negative, but he says he feels like shit. So like everyone in my family is just like
struggling right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's the weather or something, man. Going from like 50 to 10.
18.
Bro.
Crazy.
It's fucking stupid. It's that Kentucky weather every time.
Dude, it's all over the fucking place. I mean, y'all just wouldn't understand. There's actually a big grouping of states that would understand, but there's also other places just like they just wouldn't get it. And we don't get it to some degree, like how just freezing all year round other places are. So, I mean, there's levels of the shit everywhere you go for sure.
Yeah, my dad said it was 80 degrees in Texas, and then the next day it was 30. And I think that's what got him sick. Is the freaking weather change that bad.
50-degree drop, and your fucking your flippers here or shaking again. I don't know if you're like
I
shaking.
know. I noticed it. That's
They
why I
were
was
going like this. That you'll see in a later episode. I comment on that. I think it's like Wednesday. I'm like, what are they doing?
It's because I'm bouncing my legs.
Are you like a guy that likes to wear the flaps out, or is it just that? Just
Dude, I'm not like a 2005 frat boy who wears like 3 polos, all different colors with the.
I was just wondering, you don't fold down, or is that
I
just
don't know
the style?
I think these don't fold down. I don't know.
It's kind of weird with that style though. Man, I don't know. I don't know what's weird now. You didn't change my whole opinion. Oh, he got his beard. It would suck. Like, yeah, guys.
Keeps my neck warm. I don't know why the house is so cold.
Yeah, that's dude. No neck right now, dude. And Tyler's got a long neck. I've never been able to say this till now. No, just kidding. I really do. I have the longest neck in history. I'm actually short. Just my neck is super tall. It's been hard to hold my head up my whole life, actually.
You look like a turtle.
Yeah, adds a couple inches.
Rodney, tell him that story you
That's
told
what
me
she
about
said after I shaved. What's up?
Rodney, tell him that story that you were going to tell him.
Sorry.
He's not gonna remember. You gotta be more specific. Rodney's like either tired or the COVID's hitting him like a train. Hopefully, it's not the latter. Do we know the story?
You didn't have a story. I was just trying to see if you know.
Just trying to spring something, dude.
He did one time. He was on it.
Rodney. It's kind of weird. We're seeing Rodney's like late night ritual. This is how he just falls asleep, I guess. Are you in like a spare bedroom? What the fuck's Jamie doing? Is she just sitting next to you, being completely quiet?
She's sleeping on the couch.
Damn, you got her like that? You got her on couch? What'd she do, dude? You're like, guess what? You're sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah.
No, the kids and everything, dude. We all use the living room, so I don't want to take the living room from them. So
that's so nice. You're lucky.
Yeah.
Like,
that's so sweet of you to take the king size bed.
You think it sounds so just like, gotta do what I gotta do, bro. Sleep in the nice king size bed. So it sucks, but is what it is. Like legitimately though, like if motherfuckers separate like that, it's like I'm gonna fight. Your situation's like I gotta stick it out. You've got like such you got it made is what it looks like to me.
This is the master. This is the bedroom right here.
You're the master. I get it, dude. You say what goes. Oh, you're talking about the master bedroom. I got it. Yeah. You're like, this is the master right here. You see him. I say what goes. They sleep on the couch.
On the TV.
That's weird. Yes. They always sleep in the living room like that?
No.
Just about? Like, is there like a lot of that? Because that's my family grew up that way. We all slept in the living room. It's weird. I think that's why I have this weird thing where everybody's like, I got to get to my bed. For me, I have this weird craving where I want to sleep in a new place because my whole life, that's how my family was. I was sleeping in my bed. I was sleeping in the living room. I was sleeping in this room. Like, I don't feel right sleeping in the same place over and over again. Eventually, I'm like, I'm going to sleep in the recliner tonight. So I'm going to switch it up. To which my wife is just like, you don't love me. It's like, no, it's a weird upbringing where, like, if I sleep in the same bed over and over again, I'm like, let me see what the couch is like tonight. Like, it's just how I am.
Dude, I can't do it. I have to sleep in my bed. I can't sleep on a couch. I can't fall asleep in a recliner unless I'm super tired.
Don't get me wrong.
It could be super comfortable.
Don't get me wrong. That is the go-to. But everyone, if I've slept in the bed for fucking like 20 straight days in a row, I'm like, man, I love that recliner. Let me see what that's like. Fall asleep to a movie in the recliner, and I'll crash out in a recliner like it's nothing. I love recliners. That's why I invested in that one, because I was like, that's me, bro. I've always loved sleeping in recliners.
I can't do it.
I know Rodney slept on some couches in his time. Don't let him fool you. He likes couches.
Dude, there was a point where couches were just like ideal for me. Like I didn't even want a bed.
No, That's why I fucking brought it up. I love sleeping on couches too. For some reason, motherfuckers be like, it pulls out into a bed. I'm like, that cheap ass bed that's metal behind it. I'm sleeping on this fluffy couch. It's so much better, bro.
Just something about it. You can like fall asleep in an instant on the couch. Or I can't.
Exactly. See, you vaguely get what I'm saying. Like, there's levels of this shit. I'll conk out on the couch, recliner, bed. Like, why am I not utilizing all of these sleeping areas? Bed should be A1 day one, but like the 10th day, if you're sleeping 10 straight days, which I'd hope you are, that 10th day, do the couch and then go back to the bed for 9 days. And then, you know what? Switch it up to the recliner. What's wrong with that? But society's like, we're not having it. You sleep with your fucking wife in the bed, you piece of shit. What do you not love her? Well, welcome to my life. Okay. Love you, baby. Yeah. Good stuff, guys. Got any other Monday Mayhem topics? I'm sure we probably went 30 minutes. We got that Tragedy of Macbeth in there, too.
All right. Justin Long, over under 40 years old.
Who?
Justin Long.
He's over for sure.
Oh, over.
He just looks like such a kid, though. He's 44.
Yeah, I
was going to say 45. So I was off by a year.
I remember the first time I found out his age, I thought he was like 24, 23, and he was 30. And I was like, what?
When did Jeepers Creepers come out?
2001.
Okay. So
he was born in 78.
Okay, 2001 is when Jeepers Creepers came out. It's 2022.
So he was 22 in that, so
he'd have to be in the 20s in Jeepers Creepers.
22.
Yeah, 20 years, he's got
accepted. And I'm pretty sure he's like 30 and accepted. 29 or 30, but still,
Justin Long's so fucking great, dude. I love that guy.
I love Justin Long
with all my being. He's so entertaining, so versatile. I wish he'd do some more serious roles too.
He's thinking about it. I met him in Vermont at a ski lift.
How the camera went. It was like, he's thinking about it. I met him in Vermont with a ski lift and like zoomed in on your face. It was so weird how that went down. I really hope it caught you, because I don't know if the switches between people is going to be exact, because it's not showing when I switch on the camera. But damn, dude, I wish I got every bit of that. Because Tyler, you were downright beautiful in that moment. I'm not afraid to say it. And the camera effect that you
light on my face.
Yeah, I look great. Shit, it's bright. Hell yeah, dude. And now this is Dark Tyler. He's going to tell some scary stories, and I lied and we're out. Okay, Monday Man. Nothing else, guys? Is that it?
Well, hey, what should I watch tonight? What movie?
Yellow Jackets. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I still am on Sons of Anarchy, Entourage, Last Man on Earth. Have y'all seen that Will Forte?
I've seen episodes.
I've seen a couple episodes. Not
pretty good.
Here's my thing. Tyler, Rodney. I tapped both of those. Rodney's about to start Yellow Jackets, though. And you can start Yellow Jackets. And y'all can watch it together. And not only communicate with me about a good show, y'all can also talk with each other as it's fucking going. And I can overlook it like, hey, I don't know shit yet. And it will be so enjoyable. And I'm not saying let's jump into like some 5-season show. It's 10 episodes. You'd be done with it in 2 days if you fucking binge the fuck out of it. It's not like it's some huge halt on what you're doing.
But Rodney needs to watch Dexter.
He does.
I know.
He needs to watch Yellow Jackets even more.
Out. Let's just tell him how it ends.
Yeah, I got you. Everybody, spoiler alert, but not for Rodney. Y'all left?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Dexter, he ends up being a fry cook.
I knew it.
He fakes his death again.
I fucking knew it, dude.
I'm over it. I really wish you would have said the fake his death part. You don't know how he does it. Oh, shit. Are we telling the truth? Are we not? I don't know what's happening.
Oh, my God. Tyler, you're the fucking worst.
Why? Oh, because he fakes his death again? So, I didn't write this.
Did he though? I don't know for sure. But watch Yellow Jackets, both y'all. Can y'all both do that, Rodney? Go to sleep in the first 5 minutes of the first episode, because that's what you're about to do. And Tyler,
I've seen the first 10 minutes. What's it on again? Showtime?
Showtime. Jesus Christ, people. I'm telling you, watch this shit. I have to have somebody else I can talk to. And actually, there's actually multiple people. Like Willie's watching Yellow Jackets, believe it or not. Moose at work is watching Yellow Jackets. This is like a hit show, and y'all are missing the beginnings of it. Y'all are about to be that guy like, I started in season 3 and I binged it. Don't be that guy. Season 2's coming back. Watch it now. It's great. Y'all can both start it right now, and it's not some huge distraction because it's 10 fucking episodes. You can do that in 2 days.
I'm just not a fan of an all-girl cast.
He's a sexist. I get that, but you'll like these girls.
No, I know.
Some of them are lesbian. Spoiler alert. So.
Y'all know it's a great show that I forgot to put on my top 10, Fargo. Billy Bob Thornton. Y'all seen that one?
Yeah, on FX.
I haven't watched the show. I love Fargo, the movie.
Oh, the
movie's great, but the show with Billy Bob Thornton, his character, is pretty dope. Brandon, I'll watch Yellow Jackets if you watch Fargo.
No. How long is it? How much of Fargo's left?
No, dude, Fargo's it's done.
How much is it though?
How many? There's 2 seasons. There's 2 seasons, but they're different characters.
So you got these seasons and shit. I got 10 episodes and it just started and it's fresh and it's continuing. That's a different vibe, bro. And I'm in the middle of Archive 81 and I'm finishing that and I'm starting Ozarks this weekend. And that's crucial because it just picked up again with part 1 of the final season. So I have like more pressing, man. You're watching like old shows that are like done. I'm asking you to watch something that's fresh and new. There's different vibes.
There's 4 seasons.
Of what?
Fargo.
No, there's not. It's 3. It's an anthology.
4 seasons. I'm also watching Creep Show season 2, but that doesn't really matter. Like, I mean, it does. I love it, but I
might watch Fargo again.
For the love of God, watch Yellow Jackets. Just trust me, you fucks.
Yeah, Fargo is 4 seasons. Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch Fargo tonight. See how far I get. I'm probably at least get 10 episodes in.
Just watch the first season. First episode of Yellow Jackets.
All right, I'll watch that. I'll watch first episode of Yellow Jackets, and if I have any complaints, you will hear about it.
I think you'll be like on the fence, and then when it ends, you're like, I've got to watch episode 2 with after the way that episode 1 ends. And then you and Rodney can have the same, like, we're talking about it. And then I can also overlook that, like, yes, guys. And then when it's done, we're like, oh my God, season 2 is coming up. Fuck, I can't wait for that. And we can all talk about, and we can even do a fucking video. Trust me. I'm just going to tell you this much. There is stuff that's answered, but there is so much left to be explored. So we could do a video with us 3. Fuck Josh. He's not here right now, and he probably won't watch it. But us 3, we can say what we expect in season 2. It's a video for our channel.
Is it like? Oh, fuck.
Is it like that? No.
Is it like Lost?
I mean, not really. I mean, it's like Lost, except darker.
Damn it.
It's Lost because they crash, not on an island, but in the wilderness, and they got to figure out how to survive. But it's also jumping forward even more to like the present day shit that also has trials and tribulations, and there's cannibalism involved.
Oh, so like Lost?
No.
But all girl cast. Got it.
Compared to, yeah. And you know what? Girls are better than guys, bro.
All right. I was going to try and find a movie to watch.
Did Rodney leave or fall asleep? I don't know if you rolled over.
What about the new Ghostbusters with Paul Rudd?
Yellow Jackets. Oh, he's there. I see him. He did fall asleep. All right. Good night. Watch Yellow Jackets.
All right. I'll try my best.
He's not going to. All right. Righteous Gemstones. Finish it. Oh. All right. Love you guys. Dude. Yellow Jackets on 1, 2. Not me.
Yellow Jacket.
Yellow Jackets.
He's about to eat chips, I think. Oh, Cookie. Oreo, the biggest whore we know.